Hi everyone, I'm Holly. Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to my new rebranded channel, the Timeless Stitchery. I just wanted to explain a little bit about why I've changed my name, but also the usual Flosstube goodies we've got in store. So whips, planned new starts, just a little bit of general information of things that I've been thinking about recently, and things that are coming up this weekend actually. So yeah, I basically rebranded my channel because I have my very first chart that I have done, and it is framed on the wall, so I will bring this closer in a second so you can have a look at it up close when I get to that bit. But I kind of wanted to just get into a bit more of a brand, I suppose, with obviously selling my patterns and designs that I've done. So I didn't realise I would be going full head over heels like mad in to cross stitch again this time. But I think with Flosstube this time around, honestly, I'm absolutely hooked. It's all I'm watching. Like I've not even watched Amazon Prime in like weeks because I'm literally just so obsessed. So I kind of wanted to rename my Etsy shop because I knew I was going to be putting patterns on there. So my Etsy shop is the Timeless Stitchery. I will put links and everything below. I've also changed my Instagram, which was kind of just a little bit of a side thing anyway for my crochet stuff. So I'm kind of just like changing everything. Let's put it that way. I'm just changing everything. And then I thought it would just get confusing if I still have Holly Wolly Whoopsie on here and then link to my shop and my name is Holly. I'm like, that's like 3 names. People are just gonna get so confused. So I am now Holly at the Timeless Stitchery. So yeah, stay tuned for more designs and lots of other kind of goodies and things that I have planned. So first of all, we'll talk about my new design. So it's probably like out of focus over there. So let me bring it closer. So I got round to framing it and finishing it, and I am like so chuffed with this. It's a Tudor sampler, I've called it. That's Hampton Court Palace. We've got I've also like charted a like an alphabet so you can put your own initials there, as well as the year. I've done like the numbers so you can do that. Mine says like HT, that's my like name obviously. And 2025. But when I was doing it, I actually realised I got the same initials as Henry Tudor. And I was like, this is funny. So yeah, so here it is. I really like the colours I've picked. I'm glad I redid it on the fabric. In fact, I still haven't frogged the other one that I did. Obviously it wasn't completely finished and I've got a random thread here, but that's what it looks like on grey. But yeah, I prefer it on this. It like looks a bit more traditional. And that's all I did. I didn't actually do. I mean, that's still quite a lot. It still took me a few days. But yeah, so I'm really chuffed with it. Like, I really like how that Hampton Court Palace has come out. Like, I really, really like it. Can you tell I'm happy? And the frame is from Scale Frames. It's the antique gold one. I did show it in my last one with a little bit of gold on the inside. And I just think it's perfect. Like, I'm super chuffed with it. So if you like this and you would like to support me as well, feel free to use the link in the description below to get onto my not my YouTube, my Etsy, where you can have a look at this up close and personal in the listing. I am also thinking about doing a little bit of a giveaway for this as a thank you for so many new subscribers tuning into my channel, and as it's my first one. So if you would like to win a PDF of this, it's only PDF, and it's charted in DMC. If you'd like to win one of these charts, then just use the word, let's just say Tudor. We'll use Tudor below, and I will pull out a winner. And yeah, we'll we'll see how that little competition goes. Share it with people if you know someone else might be interested in this kind of thing. It'd be really nice if you could share my channel or share this video. Like, I would really appreciate that. So let me see if I can put this back up on the wall. Is it straight? Whoa. No, I can't. There we go. So, there she is. A little bit of background display. I mean, it's above my sofa and it's like a little bit small, but I'm like, that's okay, we've got other plans. So yeah, let's get into whips. I have actually, the last few days, I've been working on the Bothy Threads or Derwent Water Designs, the Four Seasons winter one. I worked on it all yesterday and I actually picked it up for sort of 20 minutes this morning. But this one is looking really nice as well. So I did a little bit of the back stitch. Now, I would actually like some advice on this one because I have done that text in the colour it called for. But like, I can't even see that on this camera. And I feel like I need to do it in a darker colour. Maybe not like that super dark green. But, I mean, it says like winter, winter, winter in like 3 different languages. But I can't see that here. So, do you think I should change it and get rid of that and redo it and have it a little bit darker? I mean, in person, it is a bit noticeable, but it's kind of not at the same time because it's Ada and it's got the holes. I feel like I can't even see that on the camera, like, if I get my big noggin out of the way. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below to let me know what you think about that. Because I did it and I thought maybe it's just because I'm doing one word. So I did all 3 words on one side and I'm still like, if I've got that on the wall, I'm just not sure. But I don't want it to be too bold and detract from it. But it is a feature. I do still want it visible. I don't want people to go up like, what does that say? So yeah, but anyway, let's just get back to the design. So I really love these berries here. The colour of those, like, I actually prefer those berries to the holly, which is crazy because the main reason I wanted to like get down and do this side was so I could do like the holly first. But when that little lighter red came in, I was like, oh my lord, that is stunning. So I really like how this is looking at the moment. And I did do quite a bit. I've actually just like done a whole section there, which was on like the 2nd page of the chart. So I've done, it's probably about, what was it, like 2 inches? So 2 inches, which was all like on one side of the page. So now I can just work and do the entire other side. So yeah, really happy with how that one's coming along. I don't think that's going to take me long at all. That is the exact like height of it. So it's not massive, which I knew it's not massive, but by the time it's got like a mount, because I'll mount this, like put a mount and then a frame, or a mat. Some people call it a mat. But yeah, so I'm really chuffed with how that one's coming out. I still don't enjoy the pattern. I'm not gonna lie, still don't like the pattern, and I'm not looking forward to the backstitch because the backstitch is even more confusing. So yeah, we'll see when we get there. If I'm pulling my hair out, which I probably will because it's backstitch, and if it's difficult backstitch, I'm just gonna be like, ugh. But yeah, and then I've been doing a little bit on my Lola Crow. So the one with like the toucan has been released, and like I mentioned before, I'm actually just kind of, I've started this side and I'm just working across. So at the moment I'm sort of on this like the little booby bird, but I've done all of that tree, which was basically the last 2 releases. I've got a little bit of the mud and stuff to do at the bottom underneath the spoonbill thing, Yeah, and then there's like there's like a newer bird like around about here. But I'm really happy that I've caught up as much as I have, to be honest, because I thought I was going to be like super behind. And from here, like the level of detail is just insane. Like, it's really good. I mean, don't look too closely, because if you've done yours, you might notice. You might notice where I've gone wrong like 100 times on this. But I think I'm still a little bit traumatized from this. Because when I was doing the one I've just shown you, I counted up to do the edge, and I was like, I don't know if I've counted that right. So I left it. I didn't complete all the crosses on the way down, and I left the thread hanging because I was like, if I've done it wrong, and I've done it, and I did do it right, I'm just like over critical now of my counting, and I just don't trust my own counting. So I'm having issues with that now. But yeah, really happy that I've done so much on this, and I've almost caught up. I mean, from first glance, it doesn't even really look like I'm that behind, which I'm not. I've literally got the rest of that, let me hold it there, the rest of that bird, and then like there's like a little bit of stuff here with that shoe bill here. So yeah. Oh, and these ones here, like these two birds, this was so weird. When I saw this pattern was released for that particular one, it was like the tree minus the toucan, and that, I was like, this is weird. Why has she charted them just like hovering in the air? Like, I was like, I didn't know what they were. I was just like, they look like strange just there, and then I read it and I was like, oh, they're jumping. I was like, okay. But at first I was just like, what a strange way of like so yeah, that's because I'm not as skilled a designer as Lola Crow. She knows what she's doing. She's done her research. But yeah, I just love it. And I do really like it on the fabric I picked. I've been eyeing everyone's fabric up that shows this, and there have been some that I'm like, oh my goodness, that is amazing. It looks so good on that fabric. Like there's someone who's doing it on like a beigey colour, which looks really nice. A lot of people have got sort of like mottled things. My cat's trying to get through the cat flap, but my dog's butt cheeks are like right in the way. Let me just go and help her out. Oh, your big bum cheeks were in the way. You got big bum cheeks. Sorry, yeah, we've got like a dog gate that goes into the kitchen with a cat flap in there, so the cats can come and go, but otherwise the dog like gets in the bin because you're a greedy guts, aren't you? Greedy guts. So I forgot where I was, but yeah, Lola Crow, really happy with it, and I'm enjoying stitching it. So then we will get, because that's all I've got actually, because I finished that one, because it's for sale now. You can buy the PDF if you want. Yeah, so that's it for whips, but do you know, in my Flosstubes, I should just keep my mouth shut, and I shouldn't say, I'm not going to start this yet, because I've done that twice now. And then the following day, I ended up buying everything to start it, which was the Celtic Christmas, the lavender and lace one. So I did that before with that Four Seasons one. Then it arrived as soon as I'd recorded it and started it, and then that again. I'm just like, oh. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say. I'll probably wait and start that, because that immediately means I'm going to do it the following day, if not the same day. So I'm waiting. I was hoping it would come today so I could film it for the haul, but it seems as though it's coming tomorrow. But I bought everything from, you're right there, from Lakeside Needlecraft, and I bought all the colours I needed, and I bought all the beads as well. Just because they had them out of stock the last time I went on there, and I did email them, but it seems as though they've got them in stock now. So I ended up buying all the beads that I needed, and I bought the fabric as well. And actually, I found the size that I needed. It was in like a sale section, so I got it for a little bit cheaper. And I am gonna go for that raw linen which is the same as that one. So I'm going to go for the raw linen. And I've bought it at 28 count because it seems as though, like with beads, 28 count is probably the best. So yeah, so 28 count, bought the fabric, bought all of the threads, bought the beads. There are a few other bits I needed. In fact, there was some metallic, and I almost bought some metallic thread, and I thought, no, I'll wait because I'll do the metallic nearer the end. And then when I was recording my video for the floss DIY thing that I've kind of done, I was like, I've got loads of gold metallic thread for like Madeira silks, like Madeira metallics. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use one of them because I've actually got 2 different shades of gold. So I've got one that's like a bit more like champagne-y, even though it's not like a champagne, but it's a bit lighter. The other one's a bit more like yellow gold. So I'll get all of the fabric, all of the threads, and I'll decide on which one I think will go best. I think it's like a bright gold anyway, so I'm probably going to use the bright gold, but you know, we'll see. I never know, I might fancy the other one because I'm not really like a gold fan. I prefer silver because gold doesn't suit me, I don't think. So yeah, that's coming tomorrow, and it might actually be a start for the weekend because it's arriving tomorrow and I probably won't be able to get my little greasy mitts off them. So yeah. And the other planned start I've got, and I mentioned this last time, but I found the magazine that it was in, is the World War II planes and tanks. And I was just looking at these again and I'm like, I do really like these. Like, I'm not like a military sort of like fan, but I really like how they've done this with like the clouds on blue. So like you're just showcasing kind of the fabric as being like the sky. It's not full coverage. I just really like them. Who is it designed by? Deborah Page. Vintage range of World War II vehicles. 6 of the most famous machines to have entered the battlefield. Ooh. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I have got the majority of the threads, but when I did the order for the Celtic Christmas, I actually, because you can do that quick order thing, and I bought, I can't remember how many it was, I bought like X amount, and then when I was doing it, I'm like, I've got 2 more here, and I didn't really need them. So I was like, oh, okay, I've bought 2 more threads, I didn't need it. So I actually went through and worked out what threads I had there so I could add 2 on. So I've added 2 of the specific green colours for like the vehicles. Because I was like, you know, like the red, you could almost use an alternative. There's a bit of orange in there, that sandy dirt. Like you could kind of use a different colour for those, but I'm like the green. If it's not the right green, it's just not going to look right. Being all like in that camouflagey type colour. So I'm going to start on those and then looking forward to that. I won't try and keep it a secret from my husband, but he doesn't know I'm going to do it, let's put it that way. And yeah, and like during the day, I can work on it during the day so he won't see it, and then I can just get it framed. So yeah, looking forward to that start as well. What, are you coming up? Oh look! We've got Bindi again. You gonna say hi? Let's say hi to everyone there. They're over there now. You don't want to. Oh, sorry, she didn't want to. What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna come and sit on my lap? Is that what you want? No, she's not. She's just faffing about. Right, so other things I wanted to talk about then. My sewing machine, which is broken. Thank you so much if you've commented on like a few different ideas. I'm yet to actually do anything about it and try anything, but I think I'm going to buy some more thread, and somebody mentioned like literally taking everything off of the bobbin, rewinding. So I'm going to do all of that stuff, see if that works. Then if not, someone also mentioned about getting a new bobbin because it might be damaged. So I'm going to do that. I also found another video that was almost identical to the issues I'm having. And they mentioned that it's not the bobbin, it might actually be the top one. So yeah, so we're going to have a good look at that. But thank you so much if you commented, because you did give me a few extra ideas of things to try, and I really hope I get it working. The other thing is which leads on to me saying that my mum is actually coming up tomorrow. She was coming up on Saturday, which is like a couple of days, but tomorrow is Friday. So she's coming up a day early. And it's quite good because she'll have some extra threads. So I will try that with her threads, see if that makes a difference. If not, I'll just buy my own. But she'll be here in person, so she can kind of have a good look at it. And see if there's anything between us that we can work out. But she is also bringing up her sewing machine anyway, because mine's broken. She wouldn't have if mine wasn't broken. But we are going to make some project bags, and I'm super excited. Bought like some basic supplies. I'm going to make it with like a window, so I've bought some like vinyl-y stuff. Found a really good tutorial on how to make project bags that looks pretty easy. I've sent it to my mum like a couple of weeks ago, like, can we make these when you come up? She watched the video, she was like, oh yeah, this is fine, we can do this. I think she thought I was going to ask her for like, I don't know, some like crazy thing to do. But yeah, so on one of the days we're going to have a bit of a production line. She has got so many fabrics, I've got a few fabrics. So between us, we should be able to make quite a few. And yeah, she actually sent me a picture of like all of her fabrics and was like, tell me which ones you like out of these and I'll bring them up. And I was like, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I was like, it's probably easier if I tell you which ones I don't like. I was like, don't like that one, don't like that one. Bring the rest up. So yeah, so we've got quite a few there. So we'll be able to do like 2 colours per one with the window, so you can kind of see a colour behind it. I'm going to have to make them custom size compared to what is in the video, just because I know this sounds really random, but I need to make sure it will fit in this drawer, this top one, so I can have them stacked in there, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to close the drawer if they're too long. If they're too wide, they're all going to kind of curl like that, and then I won't be able to get as many in. So I'm going to have to kind of like measure the inside of the drawer and then go from there, and make them like that. But yeah, so I had to buy some zips, I had to buy the vinyl, and and also I bought some fusible like backing stuff, so I can like iron it on and it goes onto the cotton to give it a bit more like rigidity. So yeah, so I've done that. So I've got all of those supplies, just need my mum's sewing machine and my mum's skills. What I'm thinking is, I mean, I can sew, like, don't get me wrong, I can sew a line, and just by the time we've like watched the video together, like, we'll just be able to bang it out. But what I'm thinking is, if I cut everything, my mum sews it, we can just be like boom, 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 like bang them out. So I'm hoping we should get about 10 made in one day, which I don't think is unreasonable, because between us, you know, they're quite easy. Like when you watch her do it, it's actually quite easy. I think the first one will be a bit like, but then we'll be like, oh, we've got this, we've got this down. Let's just bang them out. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to having project bags, because at the moment things are literally just like this, just hanging about like that in the drawer. And then I put that down, put the flosses on the top, then I'll get my next whip. That goes on the top with the flosses on the top of that, and it's like, it's a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Also, because my mum is up, I have mentioned before that I'm going to try and see if we can record a video. So she's bringing up all of her cross-stitch stuff. When I say all of it, she actually couldn't find some of them. And she couldn't find that quilter one, which she was like, you can have that if you want. And I was like, right, the one that I could have, she actually can't find it. So I was just like, that's really annoying. But I'm sure she'll find it at some point. So I can't show that one. I know that for a fact. But she said, like, yesterday, she messaged me and she was like, everything is in, like, the dining room ready to go. She was like, it's literally going to be a car full of stuff. So I'm like, we'll have so much to show. I'm hoping she's bringing her old charts, because she had some like really old like Janelin like pattern chart things, as well as her cross stitch finishes in frames, as well as like all the ones she's done but not framed, because I know she's got a lot of those as well, because she was like, I just enjoy doing this, I'm just going to do them and then kind of put them together in like a project folder. So I'm hoping she'll bring that as well, so I can kind of show you even more of her stuff that she's done, just not framed, like fully framed. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. My mum's not like a proper nervous person or anything, but like I don't think she's done anything like that. So I think I don't know how she'd be feeling about it. I don't know, but I hope it doesn't put her off. So I'd appreciate it. I already told her actually that a few people had like commented saying like they were looking forward to it. So I told her that, and then she was, I think she felt a little bit better, but also a bit under pressure. So yeah. So another thing I also wanted to mention that I've been noticing is a lot of people are doing the like the runner stitcher, like they're doing all like these challenges, and for a start, I don't have many whips, so I can, like, if they're like, oh, just like 100 stitches for this, I'm like, I'm doing that anyway. So I don't have a lot of whips to be able to do that with. And also, I don't track my stitches. I actually have no idea what my average is for stitches in an hour. I have no clue whatsoever. And I know a lot of people use Pattern Keeper, that's why it's easy. But half the time, I don't even know how many stitches are in the designs that I'm doing. I don't know how many I do. I don't know what the percentage is. I did find on Stitchly, if I've got an actual like Stitchly file, like a Pattern Keeper file, but for Stitchly, if I've got like a Stitchly file, I can mark it up very similarly to Pattern Keeper, and it does track progress and things like that. But if I'm making a PDF, because it reads PDFs, and I just manually draw over the design, like you can highlight them, so I'll just highlight a line of stitches or whatever I've done. So I just kind of use it as like an annotating tool just to mark off easily. But I have no idea. So when people say like, oh, I've got to put in like 50 stitches of this for this challenge, I'm like, I don't even know what, I know what 50 stitches looks like, but I honestly would have no idea like how many threads that is. Like I don't even know how many. Like, is that a lot? Is that like one thread, or is that like 5 threads? I don't know. So yeah, so I would really like to take part in the challenges, because I think it's quite good to keep you motivated on a specific project. But I don't have a lot of projects, and I'll kind of be doing them anyway, if not more. Like if it says 100, I'm pretty sure I can do more than 100. That's not that long a stitching time for me. What I assume I would do 100. Like, it's really funny, because when I was making this design, it was like, it says how many stitches were on there, and then I was trying to work out how long like average it would take, and so I was like, how many stitches on average do like people stitch, and it was like 150 to 200 stitches an hour or something. So I was like, right, okay, well that would take like X amount of hours to do that, and I'm like, that seems really high, because I got that done like only in a few days. But then I'm like, well, that is me. So I was just like, I really don't know. I don't know. I just work it out on like how many days I've worked on things, not how many stitches or percentage wise. I don't know. And I'd really like to get into like Notion and tracking my things on Notion, like my finishes and stuff. So I'll probably be doing that, and I'll backdate it for like 2025. So like what I've finished this year. And I know I can find out the dates I started and things like that. But I'm like, I won't be tracking stitches or percentage wise. That's just not a metric I use. I'm just like, am I still working on it? Is it halfway done? Over halfway done? Just started? Great. So yeah. And also, I do like, not that I like to stitch fast, but I do like to see a big project that I'm like, oh, I only stitched that in a few weeks. Like when you go back and look at that, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So again, that's why I don't really like having long-term whips, because I think I would just get bored of seeing it all the time. Like if this took me longer than like a few months to do on and off, I'd be a bit like, every time I got it out, I'm a bit like, God, I've still not finished this. Like it's just a bit annoying. So I think that's why I'm a bit different to like other people, because other people really like having a lot of whips and they like getting them out like 3 years down the line and being like enjoying it again. But if I do it, I think that comes down to the choice that you like to do of like stitching wise as well, because I like a piece because I want to put it up or like display it somewhere or give it to someone who I know is going to appreciate it. So I think the end product is more exciting to me than the process. That doesn't mean that I get annoyed by the process. But yeah, I think I just prefer to know it's done. But yeah. And also then you get another new start, like you can justify it. So I think, you know, I'm going to have a few new starts. I think sort of like 5 is a good number for me. Because another thing, when it gets to the evening, on this Lola Crow, I don't really like working on this in the evening because it's a bit more to concentrate. Because I know I've messed up so many times, I'm like, I don't really want to go wrong and have that as an issue. I have to be like alert, awake. And then in the evening, because this is Ada, I'll be like, I'll work on this. But then the chart is not the best for this. So sometimes I do still have to, I can't be that tired. It's not that much of a monotonous stitch that I can do this one in the evening. So I can see why people have a lot of whips, because it covers a range of different, oops, just got my Ada edge. Yeah, so I can see why people have a lot of different like stitches, because there are definitely times when you fancy doing something. If it's not like skill wise, it's just nice to do something like easy that you don't have to think about as much. Yeah, so I think that's it for this episode of Flosstube. I will be filming some point over the weekend. I should have something out on Tuesday next week, but my mum will still be here, so I think she's going home Tuesday morning. She's driving back. So yeah, so I should have something on Tuesday. Then like Friday or the following weekend, I'll have hopefully got the video with my mum up, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know really what she's bringing. And I don't remember half of the stuff. So when she arrives tomorrow, I'm just going to be like, take it all upstairs, I don't want to see it. So I'm hoping that I can record it and it like be a bit more of like a memory while we're recording it, because and you'll get like my reactions to it, because honestly I have not seen some of these pieces since I was like 10. I mean, there's one that I remember because she mentioned to me that she's bringing up, and that was many, many years ago. She actually had it up. She replaced it with the quilter. So then that one just went up in the loft somewhere or whatever. So it would be so good to like see some of those ones again. Yeah, so anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'm sorry if I confused anyone by changing my name on here and everyone's like, who's this? The Timeless Stitchery. But yeah, that's me. That's the name of my new shop. Thanks so much for subscribing and tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned, because I have lots of ideas for things that I want to do, as well as more patterns in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya, bye.